everyone. So a couple nights ago, I was in the mood to do a tag video for this vlog channel, and I was going on YouTube trying to find a non-beauty related tag that I was really excited to do, and I couldn't find any. So of course I turned to Twitter, and you guys on Twitter told me that I should just make my own up, which I thought was a really great idea. And so I, in return, tweeted and asked you guys to send me any random questions you have, and I've picked out my top 17 random questions, either ones that were asked the most often or ones that I just really liked and I wanted to include in this video. And I'm putting it together kind of in the form, like, you know those random question tags that I do all the time? It's that, well, not all the time, but I do them sometimes. It's that kind of tag video, but it's my top 17, and I would love it if you guys wanted to watch this video and then film a video response of you answering the same questions, because I would love to know your answers for them. But I know that this is probably going to be a really long video, so I want to go ahead and get started. Okay, number one, how did you get your YouTube username? This is actually kind of silly because my main YouTube username is JuicyStar07. This vlog channel is my second channel, and it is other JuicyStar07. So I'm going to answer for the username JuicyStar07, and it was actually kind of silly. My sister and I, summer of 2008, found the beauty community on YouTube and fell in love with it. My sister found it, showed me all these great videos. We were so excited. I was asleep one night, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, Elle comes pounding into my room, and she's like, oh my gosh, guess what I found out? We can make YouTube accounts and we can subscribe to the beauty girls that we love watching, and then when we log on, we can see if they've posted a new video. Because we weren't YouTube savvy, we had no idea you could subscribe to people. We didn't know if it cost money, like we had no idea. So she told me that she had just made her own account and that she wanted to help me make one. And it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was 15 years old. I had no idea what I wanted it to be. And I didn't think that I was going to be putting up videos that other people would see. So I didn't really think it would matter, you know? And so Elle was helping me figure it out, and she said, well, what do you like? And I said, Juicy Couture. And she said, okay, let's do Juicy something. And somehow Juicy Star came along, and then it was taken. So she was like, what's your favorite number? And I said I said 7, and I guess Juicy Star 7. Either it didn't sound right or it was taken. So we decided to do Juicy Star 07, Juicy Star 07, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's how I got my YouTube username. My sister actually made it up, but it stuck. And it's a little embarrassing sometimes, but it's who I am and I like it. Question number 2, if you could change your name to anything, what would it be and why? Okay, so my first name is not legally Blair. I've told you guys this before. For some reason, people think that it's like some big secret that when they find out, it's like a big deal. No, it's not something that I'm hiding from you guys, but Blair is what I go by. It's what I consider my name. So when people ask me what my name is, I just say it's Blair. But it's not my first legal name, but neither is Elizabeth, which lots of people think it's Elizabeth. Elizabeth is actually my middle name. So if I could legally change my name to anything, I'd probably just go ahead and legally change it to Blair Elizabeth Fowler, because it's what I go by anyway. Or I would change it to Princess Paprika. Yeah. Okay, number 3, if you could go back in time and give your younger self advice, what would it be and why? Okay, if I could go back in time and tell my younger self something, it definitely wouldn't be about YouTube, because I feel like if I would have told myself when I was younger that when you grow up or when you get older, you know, I started when I was 15, so I wasn't really grown up, but when you get a little bit older, you're going to start doing beauty videos on a site that's going to come around that's called YouTube, and people are going to watch you do it. Like, I feel like the way it happened, I didn't know people were gonna watch me, and my first videos, I was just going into it. I never had one video that was like a huge, like I got a bunch of subscribers from it. It was all very gradual. So my videos, you know, I started off really goofy, being a 15-year-old that didn't really care, and I feel like if I would have thought to myself that I knew people would have seen them, first off, my username would not be JuicyStar07, but second off, I feel like I would have been a lot more self-conscious about my videos and a lot more critical of myself at a younger age, and I don't think that if I had told myself YouTube would have happened, that it would have happened the way it has. So I'm very thankful for the way it's happened, so I definitely wouldn't want to change that. But what I would tell my younger self is that people are going to tell you that sticks and stones can break your bones, but words will never hurt you, and not to listen to that. That you're not alone when you lie in bed at night and wonder why the words hurt you when you're told they're not supposed to hurt. I would tell myself that it's normal and that it gets better. And I'm not saying this in a it gets better campaign type way. That's what I would have told my younger self. I would have told myself that I understand that words are going to hurt you so much, but there's going to be a day you're going to be 17 years old and you're going to wake up one morning and realize that you don't care anymore. You don't care what people are saying about you, and it's going to be one of the best days of your life. And don't forget to go to Chili's that night, because you have a really good night there as well. So that's definitely what I would tell myself. Yeah, okay. Number 4, how old were you when you learned to blow a bubble? I actually remember this. it was the first time that I remember being on an airplane. I don't know if I had been on an airplane when I was younger, but I know I was like 5 years old and we were going to Disneyland with the whole family and some of my parents' friends and their kids that were our age. And I was sitting on my dad's lap in the plane and my ears were popping. So they gave me bubblegum to like help me because like, you know, it was hurting or whatever. And my dad tried to keep my mind off of it by teaching me how to blow a bubble. And the entire trip to Disneyland, I was just the entire, you know, like 5 days we were there or whatever, 3 days, however long we were there, I was so concentrated on blowing a bubble, and I finally got it on the plane ride back. So that was a big day for me. I don't know, do you guys remember the first time you learned to blow a bubble? Okay, question number 2. What did you, no, that is not question number 2, question number 5. Sorry, the typing's kind of really small on my computer. I probably should have made that bigger. Okay, what did you want to be when you were little? Sorry guys. What did I want to be when I was little? I wanted to be, okay, when I was really little, I wanted to be a teacher. And then I went through a phase where I wanted to be, you know, a veterinarian. And I wanted to be so many different things. But what I really wanted to be was either an interior decorator because I was, or an interior designer, a decorator, anything like that because I'm obsessed with like decorating rooms and stuff like that. Or I wanted to be a teacher, and that happened 8th grade. This is going to be in my 8th grade throughout the year's vlog, so I don't want to kind of spoil anything for that. But 8th grade was a really great year of my life, and I had my favorite teacher ever. I had my favorite teacher ever. And she really inspired me, and I feel like I might still want to be an 8th grade English teacher. I don't know, and I don't know. So even if something goes on and I don't decide to kind of stay in the beauty and fashion world for my like job and stuff, I always have 8th grade English teacher to fall back on, which is something that I've wanted to be for a long time. Number 6, what do you order at Starbucks? I used to be fun and order either a tall or a grande double chocolate chip iced frappuccino with extra whipped cream, extra chocolate syrup. As I got older, I realized that's not too healthy for you. And it's not that I'm really, really conscious of what's healthy. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I only eat organic food and I'm so healthy, because that would be not completely truthful, because I do eat non-healthy stuff. But now I've started getting iced coffee with non-fat milk, and then I put just a little bit of sweetener in it, and that's what I get now. But I feel like the double chocolate chip one is a little bit funner, more fun. Okay, number 7, what's the hardest you've ever laughed? Okay, my mom's probably gonna get really mad that I'm telling you guys about this, but the hardest I ever laughed was definitely one of those you had to be there to think it was funny kind of moments. We had this place in my town that every year you would go on a field trip in school, and you would go to it, and it was like one of those places where they dress up like they're back in the 1800s, and they walk around and you walk through like houses that were from the 1800s, and you see what their daily life was like, and it's kind of like very educational. And I don't remember, I feel like my cousins were in town and my parents decided that they wanted to take them there, so I wasn't with my school, I was just with my family, and we were in one of the rooms where a guy was talking about how this was like where the doctors were for the town, and sorry, this is gonna be a little graphic for a lot of people, but okay, so he was talking about how they didn't have painkillers, so when they had to extract the tooth, it would hurt people, or when they had to do like a root canal or something, and so they would take like a really hot like piece of iron that was sitting in the fire, and they would burn the patient with them at the same time they pulled the tooth out. That way they wouldn't feel it, because it was like too much pain going on, and they would be more concentrated on their arm. Well, when he was explaining this, my mom was about to pass out, and we were all like trying to fan her off, and in the middle of it she snorted, and I don't know why it was the funniest thing, because everyone in the room, this is probably not going to be funny to you guys, but everyone in the room was so serious and so like, oh, that must have been really hard, and mom is sitting there about to pass out, and then she starts snorting, and then we were all laughing, and then yeah, I don't know, that was the hardest I've ever laughed. I probably laughed for 2 days because of that, and you know, it was my whole family together, and we were all just having a great time, and like we would randomly like snort for the next 2 days, and everyone would start bursting out laughing. So that was definitely the hardest I've ever laughed, and definitely a you had to be there moment, because that probably doesn't sound funny at all. Okay, number 8, if you could play any musical instrument, what would it be and why? I would definitely say guitar, thanks to Taylor Swift. She kind of makes me want to learn to play the guitar, and I've tried. I actually have a guitar that's from 2nd grade, and it doesn't work. Like, my fingers just don't fit on it, and it's probably because it was a guitar that I got when I was in 2nd grade, so it's really small, but it doesn't fit. But Taylor Swift makes me want to learn how to play the guitar and write songs and sing and stuff. And also there's a girl on YouTube named Casey McQuillan who I've been watching, I feel like, for 2 years. And she's probably one of the first people I ever subscribed to on YouTube. And I'm obsessed with her music and stuff, and she plays. And so, I don't know, I would love to be able to play the guitar. Okay, number 9, what's your favorite thing to do when you're upset? This is probably going to be a really cliche answer, but I like to eat my feelings. And I'm not saying that I like go down to the kitchen and I eat like everything that we have. It's not like that. It's that I really enjoy sweets and desserts. And when I'm feeling bad, just give me a little bit of chocolate cake and ice cream and I will be a-okay, you guys. I will be fine. But I like, if it's like the type of upset where I just need a good cry, which I'm a very emotional person. I kind of cry about everything. I don't know, I always have been. I probably always will be. I just cry a lot. It's not like, if I ever cry in front of you, don't feel like it's, you know, I don't know, I cry about everything. So don't feel like it's your fault that you like made me cry or anything. If you ever like meet me in person and I start crying, I just cry about everything. But if it's the type of upset where I need to cry it off, I like to watch a sad movie and sit there with a little bowl of ice cream and cry, which sounds completely, I don't know. Do you guys do that? What do you do when you're upset? How do you feel better? Okay, number 10, what's your favorite movie? I've answered this so many times, but the reason I included this is because if you guys do the video response, I do want to know what your favorite movie is. Mine is a toss-up between 3 favorite movies: Titanic, A Walk to Remember, and The Notebook. I'm obsessed with all 3 of them. And so, yeah, those are my favorite movies. What's yours? Number 11, what one food could you not live without? I would have to say it would have to be something. I have to say this. It would be something carby, like carbs. Like, I really like pasta and bread, and I don't know. I feel like it would be some sort of bread. I don't know why. I'm obsessed. What is your favorite dessert? This is number 12. My favorite dessert is actually pinkberry, which we have here in LA. I just recently moved to LA, and back where I was from, we did not have a pinkberry, but pinkberry is just like a frozen yogurt shop that has all different type of toppings you can put on it, like all different strawberries and fresh cut mangoes and blueberries, but then it has things like Captain Crunch and animal crackers and chocolate chips. And yeah, so pinkberry is definitely my favorite dessert. Number 13, what's your favorite pizza topping? I actually am very simple, and I just like pineapple. No. Why did I say that? I am so simple. I like pineapple. No, I like pepperoni, but sometimes I like to get pineapple with the pepperoni. That was weird. Why did I mix those up? IDK. Okay. Next one. Okay. Would you rather have the superpower to be able to read minds or the superpower to be invisible? As much as I want to say I would want the superpower to read minds, I feel like that's one of the things that it's one of the things that is most personal. Someone's mind, no matter how hard you try, unless there's some science that I don't know about or there's some supernatural person out there that I don't know, most average people can't read each other's minds. And I feel like that's where all of your secrets are safe. Your secrets are safe if you just keep them in your mind. You don't tell anyone. I don't know. I feel like that would be such an invasion. I feel like I would never actually use that superpower, but being invisible I think would be a lot of fun, because like if there was going to be a sale, I would be invisible and I would sneak in the night before and like sneak peek at all the sale items, and I know what to run for the next morning. Yeah, okay, so I would have to say be invisible, as much as I would prefer to be able to read people's minds, because it would make things a lot easier. This is a long video. Okay, number 15, what did you do for your last birthday? I was actually kind of boring. I didn't, go out with a bunch of friends or anything like that. I hung out with my entire family and we went to dinner. I had a very chill day because my days have been getting a lot more hectic as YouTube goes on. I'm so into filming every day and editing every day and trying to upload every day and answering like so many emails and stuff. And so on my birthday, I just kind of took a break and a chill, and I slept in, and then I had lunch and I had cupcakes, and then I went to dinner with my family, I think to Chili's, and then we went to go see a movie. I feel like we went to go see the last song, but I feel like the last song didn't come out until like April 2nd or something, and my birthday's on April 1st. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the last song came out before, maybe we went to go see a different movie, but I tweeted all about it. So if you follow me on Twitter, you probably remember better than I do. But I had a very, very nice birthday. My sister actually vlogged my birthday cake. It was a cookie cake, which was really fun because I like cookie cakes better than normal cakes. Okay, number 16, if you had one personal wish, what would it be and why? This is a no wishing for world peace, no wishing for your family to be safe for the rest of, their lives, no wishing for, your friends' wishes. Like, this is something that is supposed to be a selfish wish. So I don't want you guys to feel like you have to come on here and be like, I wish for world peace. I wish for my, you know, family to be, you know, healthy their entire lives. So my kind of selfish wish would have to be that I miss my dogs and I want them here with me. I haven't seen them since I moved to LA, and I keep going back to my old videos that I show them in, and I just watch them over and over and over, and I rewind it and I watch them, which is when you know you're going crazy. So I miss Rue so much, and Rue sadly is not going to be able to come to LA with me. He's staying with my parents, but I'm going home very, very, very soon to get Teddy, and I'm going to bring him back to LA with me. So I'm excited. I just want to see them. I just want to hold them. I just want to hug them. Okay, last question is, what does OMG HKP mean to you? Now, OMG HKP is OMG HKP. I don't know why I said double H. It's something that I made up in one of my videos. I just said OMG and then double HKP came out afterwards, I guess because it rhymed, and I didn't even catch it in the video. I caught it when I was back in editing, and then I left it in the video because I thought it was silly. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna OMG double HKP. Well, I keep saying it and I get asked all the time what it means. It doesn't mean anything. It just means, you know, oh my gosh, it's a fun way to say it. It's something different. Well, I get asked all the time what it can mean. So I tweeted about it and I asked you guys to help me come up with like a little acronym it could mean. And my favorite one is, oh my gosh, help, he keeps peeing, because I do have little dogs and they do have little bladders, and I thought that was a really cute like little phrase. But let me know, can you think of any that OMG HKP should mean to you? Okay, so let's think of one. Orangutans make, OMG H, orangutans make gorillas, hungry hippos, OMG HK, kangaroos pee. Orangutans make hungry hippos kangaroo pee. I don't know what I said. Yeah, but can you guys think of anything a little bit cooler than that you think it could mean? And if you can't think of anything, then OMG HKP to you just means that it's something silly that doesn't really mean anything. Okay, so those are all the questions. I really hope you guys want to do a video response to this and answer the questions from you, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Bye.